Okay, so I'll just read one. I'll showcase that. Then I'll go to this. Okay. Asina, good to start.
Yes.
Stop Manipur riots.
Stop Manipur genocide.
Stop.
Hello, viewers. Today, Manipur burning protest in California. So we are going to have a live feed from the protest ground. So Indian Americans and human rights activists, everyone joining and voice against the Manipur genocide. So let us go live there and see what is happening. Neil, could you unmute your audio? Neil, yes, yeah, you're good.
Modi roaming.
Manipur burning. Manipur burning.
So the visuals you see is from the protests in Fremont, California.
Burning, Modi starting. Not a passive bystander to organized murder.
That's right. Not a passive bystander. We shouldn't be a spectator.
We hear the cries of Cookie Zomi.
That's very nice. Right? So even though we live in America,
Would you like
we
to
hear
speak?
that.
What's...
Yeah, I'm a member of Sikh community. We want to stop the genocide in Manipur. Sikhs stand with solidarity with Cookies.
All right.
Thank you for your solidarity.
Thank you so much for coming here on Sunday morning. I know it's very difficult, but
Stop Manipur violence.
For a cause which is very much nearer to our heart, because our heart cries for all the people who are dying in Manipur.
Manipur burning, Modi roaming. Since May 3rd, 60,000 people homeless, 145 plus lives lost, 6,200 houses burning, 320 churches burned, 170 villages burned.
Stop Manipur.
Injustice anywhere is threat to justice everywhere.
Stop Manipur. Stop Manipur genocide.
Educate, organize, agitate.
Stop Manipur genocide.
Democracy for Manipur.
Stop Manipur genocide.
Stop Manipur genocide.
Stop Manipur genocide. Stop Manipur genocide. Stop Manipur genocide. Stop Manipur genocide. Stop Manipur genocide. Hey, hey, ho, ho, Modi got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho. 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 Hey, hey, ho, ho.
Reclaim India, resist Hindutva. Stop Manipur violence. Stop Manipur riots. Mourning with Manipur.
Stop Manipur genocide. Stop Manipur genocide. Stop Manipur genocide. Stop genocide. We want justice. 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 When do we want justice? When do we want justice? When do we want? When do we want? When do we want? When do we want? We want justice. 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 Want justice. Want. When do we want? When do we want? We want justice. Stop Manipur genocide.
Stop Manipur genocide.
Stop Manipur genocide.
Stop Manipur genocide.
Stop Manipur violence. Stop Manipur violence. Stop Manipur violence.
Stop Manipur violence.
Stop Manipur violence.
Stop Manipur violence.
Stop Manipur violence.
Stop Manipur violence.
Stop Manipur violence.
Stop Manipur violence.
Brothers and sisters, we have here Pieter, who came all the way from East Coast. So give him a big round of applause for coming here, and also he's on the hunger strike. He's standing for the justice. He's standing always for the justice, and now here also he's standing for justice. And this time, he's not only standing for justice, but he is on a hunger strike. This is his 6th day of hunger strike. And what he wants is just somebody, Rokhanna, the Congress member, to speak on the floor of the Congress about what's happening in India, about what's happening in Manipur. Brothers and sisters, let's continue our protest. Stop Manipur genocide!
Stop Manipur genocide.
Stop Manipur genocide!
Stop Manipur genocide.
Reclaim India racist Hindutva! Reclaim
India. Reclaim India.
India! Brothers and sisters, we wouldn't have come out here if everything was okay, if everything was normal. We are not against any particular religion. We are not against any particular caste. All we are standing here is for justice. We want 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 justice. When do we want? Now. 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 We want justice. 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 When do we want? Now. When do we want? Now. When do we want? Now. We stand with our community.
Hey, just hold the flag.
We want to welcome her.
Yeah,
She has been
like that.
standing
So-
to all the protests.
and
And so
little
we
up,
are with the
we'll-
Bugis
2 minutes only
community
live,
standing
then we
here
can-
for the atrocities happening on them. Reclaim India. Resist Hindutva. Reclaim India. Reclaim India. Reclaim India. Reclaim India.
Resist Hindutva!
Resist
Hindutva! Resist Hindutva!
Stop Manipur genocide.
Stop Manipur genocide!
Stop Manipur genocide.
Stop Manipur genocide!
Stop Manipur genocide.
Stop Manipur genocide!
Thought it is just nothing but some riots in Manipur. But what we came to know from our Kumi community is that this is not less than a genocide which is happening right now. And that's why we are raising our voices. Stop Manipur genocide!
Stop.
Manipur genocide! Stop Manipur genocide!
Stop Manipur genocide!
Stop Manipur genocide!
Stop Manipur genocide!
Vijay Modi.
Right, Modi.
Vijay Modi.
Oh, yeah.
Manipur burning, Modi roaming.
Manipur burning,
Manipur
Modi
burning,
roaming.
Modi roaming.
Manipur burning, all of you can repeat Modi roaming.
Yeah.
Manipur
Okay.
burning. Manipur burning. Manipur burning.
Modi roaming.
Manipur burning. 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 Resign Modi. Manipur burning.
Shan.
Modi. Oh, keep pressing. Yeah.
Shan, shall we give few
Modi,
minutes for
Modi, you
Mamta's
can't hide. You committed genocide.
Can you hold my phone for a minute? I'll just bring my cap.
Modi, Modi, you can't hide. You committed genocide. Modi, Modi, you can't hide.
You do the things, sir. You are the best.
Modi, Modi, you can't hide. Modi, Modi, you can't hide.
Going to say Modi, Modi, you can't hide. We will say you committed genocide. Is that clear? Modi,
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 Modi, you can't hide. Modi, Modi, you can't hide.
you committed genocide.
Modi, Modi, you can't hide. Modi, Modi, you can't hide. Modi, Modi, you can't hide.
Stop Manipur genocide.
Stop Manipur genocide. Stop Manipur genocide. Stop Manipur genocide. Stop violence against women. Stop violence against women. Stop violence against cookies. Stop violence against cookies. Stop burning justice. Stop burning justice. Stop burning our justice. Modi, Modi, you can't hide. Modi, Modi, you can't hide.
Cookie zooming.
Stand with. Stand with.
Cookie zooming. Cookie zooming.
Stand with.
Cookie zooming.
Stand with.
Cookie zooming.
Stand with.
Cookie zooming.
Stand with.
Cookie zooming.
India, resist Hindutva.
Reclaim India. Resist Hindutva.
India,
Resist Hindutva.
India,
Resist Hindutva. Resist Hindutva. Resist Hindutva.
India,
Resist Hindutva.
India,
Resist Hindutva.
India,
Resist Hindutva.
India,
Resist Hindutva.
stop genocide now. Stop genocide
Now.
Stop genocide now.
Now.
Stop Manipur genocide.
Stop Manipur genocide. Stop Manipur genocide. Stop Manipur genocide. Stop Manipur genocide. Stop Manipur genocide.
Stand with cookies zooming. We stand with cookies zooming.
We stand with Cookie zooming.
Stand with cookies zooming.
Everything good, Austin? Any complaint?
We stand with cookies zooming. 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 We stand with
stand with Cookie Zumi. Let's start walking, and we'll take a very small one and then come back, and then once we get more people, we'll have another one. But some standing activities, I think it's good to have a some air circulation around us. So let's start walking here with our slogan: Stop Manipur Genocide! Stop Manipur Genocide!
Stop Manipur genocide.
Stop Manipur Genocide!
Stop Manipur genocide.
Stop Manipur Genocide! 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 Modi, you can't hide. You committed genocide.
Neil, everything
you
is fine,
can't
going
hide.
good. I mean, keep the same.
Modi, you can't hide.
You committed genocide.
Modi, you can't hide.
You committed genocide.
Modi, you can't hide. Modi, you can't hide. Modi, you can't hide. Modi, you can't hide. Stop Manipur genocide. Stop Manipur genocide. Stop Manipur genocide. Stop Manipur genocide.
Stop Manipur genocide.
We want justice. Justice.
We want justice.
Neil, just ensure that your finger doesn't cover the camera.
Oh.
Neil, yes, thank you.
Sorry. Hey, Austin, can you hear me? No, he's coming back. Yeah. So we can take Zoom.
When do we want? When do we want? Look yourself, so we look like the big one. We want. 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 We want. We want. We want. 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 I don't want two lines, please. Come in one line. Please come. Come in one line. I want everybody to be there in front. We have to lead this from front. Let's lead it from front, right? Everybody agrees with me? Everybody agrees with me? There you go. For justice. For justice. For justice. For justice. For justice. We want justice. Stop Manipur genocide. Stop genocide. Stop Manipur genocide.
Stop Manipur Genocide. Stop Manipur Genocide.
We stand up for peace only.
Huh?
I'm alive. I'm alive. I'm alive.
1 minute.
Stop Manipur genocide. Save us from
Biren Singh!
Save us from
Biren Singh!
Save us from
Biren Singh!
genocide.
Genocide!
Stop the Manipur genocide.
Stop the Manipur genocide!
Stop Manipur genocide.
Stop Manipur genocide!
Stop Manipur genocide.
Stop Manipur genocide!
Support women's rights in Manipur. Support women's rights in Manipur.
Support women's rights in Manipur!
Support women's rights in Manipur.
Support women's rights in Manipur! Support tribal rights in Manipur!
Support women's rights in Manipur.
Support tribal rights in Manipur! Stop burning churches!
They want to talk.
Oh, they want to go? Okay.
Okay, go.
Stop burning
Straight on.
Stop burning churches.
Stop burning churches!
Stop hatred in India.
Stop hatred in India!
Strongly condemn crimes against women and there will be always there whenever there's something whether in India or anywhere in the world. This crime was really,
This is anywhere.
it was like shocking and we never heard anything like this before. And it's shameful that President Modi tried to shut down all the universities and he didn't let anyone to say anything. And instead of investigating the crime, he came to the United States and preached about democracy, which never existed in India before.
India.
Anyway, so I think that President Modi should resign if he handles like these issues, and we strongly, everybody should be treated equally, whether they're gender, from different tribes, or different castes. So it's very shameful that President Modi hasn't done anything about this, and people are dying every day.
Thank you. Yeah, you can just talk.
Community, we are here and standing in solidarity with Manipur ICP, and we feel their pain because we have gone through this genocide. 84 was the biggest one that they did. If you think this is a lot, the world doesn't know what happened to Sikhs in 1984 in the capital of India. So we feel their pain. So we are here representing, even though we're a small community, we always stand with each and every community in the world. Whoever is oppressed, we are on their side. And India, the way they're treating their people, especially women, and the tribal life. Sikhs are their own religion, and our way of life is different, and so we can identify with Manipur, Kukizumi, because that's their way of life. And this is all getting done under the moniker of democracy. Nobody is getting punished. On the contrary, they are protecting the perpetrators. I think everybody should be outraged if this is happening in 1923 to our people, and this kind of atrocities against people, raping women as mobs. I don't know where our people, our friends here are saying we want justice, but I don't know if there will be a justice for what those monsters are doing to our women and to the rest of the community. So we are here in solidarity, standing in solidarity with the people of Manipur. And we will always be with whoever is oppressed. Thank you.
They're trying to stop violence in Manipur, but BJP government.
No, this is a Tamil America TV live broadcast. Yeah.
Can we see it?
I think there will be a recording, so it will be on YouTube. And if you're in the America TV.
Stop this violence. We want Manipur ki baat, not Man ki baat. Yep. Okay. We are asking Modi to say
Tamil America TV. TMIL America. And you can go away. It's broadcasting live. Yeah. And go to live view. Here, live view. Click on this.
So we are watching live visuals from Fremont, California. Fremont, California. We have Indian Americans saying no to hatred, saying no to genocide, saying no to Manipur riots. So they have come together to protest. Various protests happening across America. So today, Sunday morning, around 11 o'clock PST in California, Fremont, Indian Americans who care about human lives, who care about humanity, who want to end this fascist communalism in India. They have come together. They have come together. They are protesting. You are watching live visuals of those protests. And we'll be also having human rights activist Pieter Friedrich. He'll be talking to us. And we also going to listen various leaders from the ground, from the protests. So we have various leaders. They are there. And they'll be also talking. And you see, so the passion for human rights, the passion to end. I see this as a beginning of end of communalism in India. I see as a beginning of end of fascism in India. So we live in the US, we live in different countries, but we still care about human lives. We still care about India. That's what we see here. So you're seeing live visuals from Fremont.
hatred in India. Stop hatred in India. Stop hatred in India. Stop hatred in India. Hatred in India. Stop hatred in India. Stop Manipur violence.
So the message is very, very clear. We are united against hatred. The message is very clear. We are united against the violence and the genocide happening in Manipur. We see various associations and organizations.
Stop violence in India. Stop violence in India.
On a very sunny day in sunny California, Indian Americans have come together. So you see the human rights activist Pieter Friedrich there. So he's on a hunger fast for the 5th day, and we have 3 more Indian friends, Sean, Kirti, and I guess Bhavana. Right, they are also expressing their solidarity by supporting his hunger strike and joining hunger strike. So you see him there. So he'll be addressing the crowd and he'll be addressing us too. Yeah, he says, "Speak up now." Ro stands for the Congressman Rohanna. So his demand for the hunger strike is Rohanna need to talk. Neil, Amina, could you lift your camera a little bit so that we can see everyone? Yes, thank you. Yeah. Stop Manipur riots. So that's a single message everywhere. We stand with Cookie Somi, right? So the people, the vulnerable people, the marginalized people, the people who are oppressed and suppressed and killed, thousands have run away. Stop Manipur genocide. Yes. Resign Byron Singh. Byron Singh is the chief minister of Manipur. So there is a demand of, he need to resign. Sikhs against injustice. So the Sikh organizations and Sikh brothers, they are supporting this protest. So they have come in good number. So they say, so, they are in solidarity with Cookie Somi. We strongly condemn the crime against women. That's right. Educate, organize, and agitate. So I guess there are a lot of Ambedkar supporters and Ambedkar followers and Ambedkar associations a part of this protest. Democracy for Manipur. Yeah, there is no democracy in Manipur. That's the message. Since May 3rd, 60,000 people homeless, 145 lives lost, and 6,200 houses burned, 300 churches burned, 170 villages burned. So it gives a fact sheet of what happened since May 3rd in Manipur. Injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. The popular slogan of Martin Luther King Jr. Stop Manipur riots, reclaim India, resist Hindutva. Resist Hindutva is a message. That's a very, very strong message. Stop Manipur, stop genocide in Manipur. Yes, stop Manipur and riots. So it's a Sunday on a weekend. So these friends, our Indian Americans, they care about Manipur, they care about humanity, they care about what is happening there. So that's why they have come together to protest in Fremont, California. You see a bigger board of Ambedkar, right? So Ambedkar pictures are very good. So viewers, if you're watching now, so you're watching the live protest against Manipur genocide from Fremont, California, USA. Manipur burning, Modi roaming. So that's a slogan. Everyone chanting. When Manipur is roaming, Modi is Manipur is burning, Modi is roaming. This also talks about the statistics of how many people have been affected, how many lives lost. So we need to come together to resist Hindutva. That's the message. So they hold proudly an Indian flag.
It is going to be.
They proudly hold an Indian flag, and it says no Hindutva, no RSS. So we see a image of Mahatma Gandhi, the father of Satyagraha, the father of India. Right? He's the one who taught us nonviolence. He's the one who began nonviolence. So here, Indian friends, when they protest, they are holding Gandhi's image. You see, a sunny day in California, and Indian Americans, they have gathered in Fremont to protest against the genocide in Manipur, to express their solidarity.
Stop.
There may be little poor audio from the protest ground, right? But anyway, like he will be going closer to the placard, so you'll be able to read the messages there. And when leaders, talk, we'll be able to listen to them.
They despise my call for justice in India. They despise my call for the United States of America to do the right thing, put principle over profit, put people over profit, and call out the ongoing rights violations on Manipur and elsewhere.
So that Ronak has responded to your, fasting, your hungry strike.
Rokan responded to me publicly on Twitter on the very first day. Instead of addressing the Manipur issue, he only spoke about how he wished the health and safety.
We are listening
And to me,
Pieter
that was a
Friedrich.
deep insult to people, because the entire point of what I'm doing is that this is not about me and my health and safety. This is about standing for justice for the Kuki-Zo Christian people who are being gang raped, brutalized, guns down, beheaded, and burned alive.
And finally, what's your message to Manipur people?
My message to Manipur, my message to the Christians of Manipur, especially, is we stand with you. We will not give up until justice is served, until the violence ends. My message to the entirety of India is that we stand with you here in America against extremism, against religious nationalism, for freedom, for democracy, and for azadi.
Thank you. Yeah, so I'll just
Peter.
publish my sentence.
We are live on
So that
Tamil
was
America.
Pieter Friedrich. Pieter Friedrich, the human rights activist who is on hunger strike for the 5th day.
Now?
Maybe a
No. Yeah. During the when everybody speaker speaks.
How much?
Yeah, oh, so no need.
Yeah.
So we'll have an exclusive interview with Pieter Friedrich on his 5th hunger strike day today, right? So we'll be having a chat with him later.
Yeah, we start this. But what I want is
We don't get to fascist India.
we will do for my
It's not easy. We see a senior, right, on a sunny day, like on a scorching sun, he is there.
We have the representation and the founding members of India.
So Indian American, they are creating awareness in California. So they are doing a protest, and a lot of people, the vehicle go around.
Okay.
Yeah, let's
All right. But you know what? People are thinking of getting them.
That's a wonderful,
Yeah.
wonderful
Then all of-
thought about, I
then
think
all
it's
of
a
you
flyer
please
about
walk here, let's chat
the
in
conference.
on the top road that is the shed. Okay? Let's move here. Keep walking. Let's come. It is on the in the crossroads, but people can see us.
Thank you.
I want
Nilesh, you can get some opinion from some people there, so you can ask them,
Sure.
all right, why they have joined this protest and what they think about Manipur. So what the message they want to give to the government and the other people in America and across the world. And of course, the people are affected. So Manipur is here, people from Manipur in America, and
Raju,
also,
can you speak to me?
Yes.
Go ahead. So here we have the person in the protest. He says, "How did our minerals get under their homes, Modiji? Your oligarch Hindus for human rights." So would you
Hindu
like
for
to tell
Human
us
is
why?
a very, very strong association.
Well,
Yes, go ahead.
one of the motivations clearly of the Indian Communist Party is to disenfranchise the people within the country. Manipur happens to be the richest. And one of the motivations clearly is all the mineral wealth under the hills, which the Modi's favorite want. And to create trouble like this is the one way for them to see if they can ultimately disenfranchise indigenous people, not just in Manipur, in Chhattisgarh. So we have to be very careful in knowing that this is not going set fire to Manipur. They're missing in action right now while the communities are fighting.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Nilesh, thank you so much. That was a very strong message. Now everybody is suspecting and wondering. This riot has something to do with the minerals in Manipur, minerals in the hills
you
of
like
where the
1
Kukis
minute?
live.
आप बोलेंगे कुछ? क्यों?
Ask him to say his name and ask him why he came to protest and what do you think about happening in Manipur.
आपका नाम, क्यों आप आए हो यहाँ पे मणिपुर, और okay.
Nilesh, we don't hear your mic.
Oh, you don't hear? No, that's fine. Can you hold in your hand like this? That's it. Okay. Can you hear now?
Yes, yeah, I can hear you now. Yeah.
बोलिए.
Nilesh, we have a hard time hearing that lady.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I think there's a little bit of background noise. Just
Noise,
give it a
that's why
minute.
it's not catch. Okay, I understood. Yeah.
Yeah. Just give me 1 second.
Sure, yeah.
पकड़ो 1 minute. Okay, अभी आप बात कर सकते हैं. Okay, Austin, can you hear us now?
Yeah, I can hear you, but not her. Yeah, let her talk.
हाँ, बोलिए.
बहुत ज्यादती हो रही है इंडिया में. गवर्नमेंट बिल्कुल फेल हो गई है. कोई इंसाफ नहीं, कोई जस्टिस नहीं.
In India, the government has failed. In India, there is no justice, no government, no
और अभी
peace.
हाल में जो रेप वगैरह हुई है औरतों के साथ में, जो जैकेट करके उनको घुमाया गया है, ये बहुत अफसोस की बात
She
है.
says she's
हर इंडियन
shocked
के
by
लिए
the rape in India.
सब शर्म से झुक जाता है, लेकिन वहाँ की गवर्नमेंट को शर्म क्यों नहीं है वो नहीं मालूम.
So she says, I am ashamed. I feel shameful about what is happening. But the government is not ashamed. I wonder
ये सब
how.
करते हुए इंसान को सोचना चाहिए. तुम्हारी भी घर में तुम्हारी माँ बहनें, अगर तुम्हारी माँ बहन के साथ इस तरह से होगा तो फिर तुम क्या फील करोगे?
So in your house also you have
सोचना
mothers
चाहिए.
and sisters. If the same thing happened to your mothers and sisters,
वो
how do you
औरत भी
feel?
किसी की माँ है, वो औरत भी
That's a
किसी
very
की बहन
strong
है.
question. That's a very, very strong question. If it happens to your mothers and sisters, how do you feel? Don't you feel shame? That's a very, very strong message from a senior sister from the protests. Thank you, Neil. Thank you for getting her binds. They're very good. So let us get some expression of solidarity from some more participants from the protest. So you want to ask her, whether she wants to say something? I think Manipur, Reclaim India, Resist Hindutva. Nilesh, if possible, ask some, whether they want to talk, yeah.
slogan here, justice for Manipur or justice for women. Can you imagine, as a woman or a man, your wife, your sister, your mother getting raped? And can there be any justice for that? Can any one of you tell me if that happened to me? Would there be any justice? No. Those monsters need to be hanged. This government needs to be held accountable.
We need accountability. We need accountability. We need rapists hanged.
I am not from that community. Why am I here? Why do I feel the pain of my sisters and my brothers that are getting killed? I can feel it to the core. I know we come here, but six as community have been going through this pain since before 1947. In 1984, my mother, my sister were gang raped by these government-sponsored groups in but we as a human being do not get outraged when somebody else is getting oppressed. We as like-minded humans need to raise our voice. Does not matter if it is my community or if it's somebody else's community. We are all human beings. That's what makes us human. If we cannot empathize with the people that are not my people, we are less than a human. Those monsters that are committing those crimes, they are less than animals. Even animals have some ethics. They do the things the way nature made them. Human beings are the only beings on this earth that can turn into bloody monsters. We need to raise our voices. The reason why I am here, I could not make it to the Palo Alto protest because of some family engagement. I will always be standing with anyone or everyone that is getting upset.
Thank you. Thank you.
I feel the pain to the core. It is not just to feel, these are not just the words. I live it every day. My day starts with, how can I get justice for my people or anybody that is oppressed? Six have not gotten justice since 1984. The cases are still pending in the court. Those monsters are still enjoying the government position. They're the MPs, they're the whoever they are. The law is protecting them. Are they human beings? No. I don't know. I don't know what else I can say. We will always raise our voice, and we as oppressed people need to get united. My community is very organized, and we speak up. I was interviewed by, I would say, an Indian spy when we were because their
The battery is almost.
Okay.
Somebody else. Okay, so
wanted to come to UK for his funeral. UK government did not allow that.
Shame, shame.
His mother and his sister's body to be transported to God. So they did last services. Indian government denied.
Oh.
They were not even scared of our dead body. Therefore, we are strong. They are not even scared of us. As people, we are strong. The problem is that we unite. Why did we first? I don't understand. So let's start. Thank you.
how is this one two times?
I guess anything. That's the reason for that.
So we are watching live visuals from protests in Fremont, California.
In the car, charging cable is no charge.
If you see this flyer, what is there? Azim bhai, can you please raise it? Can you come here and raise? Can you please come on this side? Since May 3rd, 60,000 have become homeless. 145 plus lives lost. 6,200 plus houses were burned. Brothers and sisters, we're talking about 6,200 houses burned. 300 plus places of worship. Churches have been burned. 170 plus villages have been burned. From the very Indian American community, we are deeply concerned by the violence in Manipur, resulting in the tragic loss of innocent lives and the displacement of communities across the state. Today, we have assembled to voice our protest against the inaction of Prime Minister Narendra Modi and the Indian government in effectively addressing this crisis and restoring peace in Manipur. The unending cycle of violence and senseless killings in Manipur demands immediate action
Just in case it doesn't work.
from the highest authorities of the Indian government. The Indian government's failure to identify and prosecute the perpetrators has only perpetuated the situation, leaving communities vulnerable and in distress. As responsible citizens, we are here standing for support to demonstrate strong leadership during this critical moment. We implore him to break his silence on this matter and take all necessary measures to restore peace in Manipur and provide essential aid to the affected communities. Moreover, we call upon our representative, Congressman Khanna, who holds the significant role of co-chair in the India caucus, to stand in unwavering solidarity with the victims of the Manipur violence. Speak up, bro. Speak up, bro. Speak up, bro. We support this issue within the United States Congress and use this platform to condemn the ongoing violence in Manipur, advocating for restoration of peace and stability in the region. Brothers and sisters, as you can see here, we have Pieter coming all the way from the East Coast. And what is he doing? From last 6 days, he's on a hunger strike, just asking for the justice for the Manipur victims, the Kuki-Zomi community, and the violence which is happening there. Thank you so much, Pieter. We need leaders, more Pieter like this. This is one soul who have been sitting here, and inspired by him, I have here Shan.
Sean.
Shan is here, who is also on a hunger strike from last 6 days. And there is another lady back in India. There were multiple people back in India, right? Kirti is also from last 6 days on a hunger strike. What are all these people talking about? It is not their community. It is not something, they are not cookies zoomies, but they are standing for justice. And that's what every religion, doesn't matter to which religion you belong to, that we always stand for justice. It always teaches first the humanity. If you are not human, then you cannot be a good preacher also. So first try to become, and we are standing here because we believe in that humanity. That is what our religion also teaches us. So thank you so much, brothers and sisters. With that, I would like to call on, Amy. Manipur ki baat, not man ki baat. Let us say that. Manipur ki baat, not man ki baat. Manipur ki baat. Manipur ki baat. Manipur ki baat. Not man ki baat. Not Manipur ki baat. I would like to know Annie Kuruga, who is an officer of the Alameda County Democratic Party here today, standing with us in solidarity. Thank you for coming here, Annie. We would like you to say a few words. Thanks a lot.
Of course. Hello, I'm Annie Kuruga, and I serve as an officer of the Alameda County Democratic Party. I'm here with a simple message. The Democratic Party has had a long, long history of standing with people who are experiencing oppression, who are experiencing violence on a personal level or a systemic level. And so we're here in solidarity today with all of the women of Manipur, with all of the people in Manipur who are experiencing systemic violence. Right? We understand that as the Democratic Party in a very, very diverse county, which we're proud of, but we are proud to be a diverse community. It makes us strong. But that means that we need to understand, we need to know, and we need to listen to people with diverse issues. We can't just pretend that things that might not be going on right here in our county for the most part don't exist. Instead, we need to engage. We need to reach out to the community. And we need to understand, right, that not only is violence on a personal level wrong, of course it's wrong, it needs to be stopped, and of course the perpetrators need to be put in jail. But we also need to understand and look at and examine the systems which allow violence to happen time and time and time again. On both of these levels, violence is wrong, violence is bad. And so we want to make space for people that are more directly impacted by this issue, right, than me, than the Democratic Party. But the Democratic Party has your back. We stand in solidarity with you. And as we continue to fight for justice on this issue and on all other issues, the party has your back. Thank you so much. Once again, I'm Annie Kuruga, an officer of the Alameda County Democratic Party, and I stand in solidarity with you.
So that was a representative from Democrat Party.
All right. All right. Thank you. Now I would like to call on the, we have a Cookie Somi community representative here. The organization is NAMSA, and Niang is here with us. She was there last weekend also, and she was there at Palo Alto. I'm seeing her at multiple different protests, traveling and telling people what exactly is happening at Ground Zero. Without any further ado, I would like to call Sister Niang here to please tell us about a few words about what's happening there. Thank you so much for your participation. Hello. Hello. Yes. No, it's not coming here.
Because I am a Cookie Somi woman, and not many people know that we exist in this world.
No, we can't hear. Can you try?
Hello. Hello.
Yeah.
Keep it like this.
Yeah. 2 minutes. Wait.
I'm going to take that as a distress signal for the cookies only.
Neil, could you adjust the frame? So make her, she comes center, yeah, right.
I'm going to start again. Do you see me?
Yes.
I am Niang Hangzo, a cookie zombie woman from Imphal, Manipur. I ask if you see me because not many people know that we exist.
It's good, buddy. It's good. Let us speak.
Not many people in the world know that cookie zombie exists. They certainly don't know that we are target of genocide in Imphal, Manipur, a state-sponsored genocide. My mother, who's 86 years old, told me when I finally spoke to her on 7th May that this was the second time she had to flee for her life from a war. The first time was in 1942, Second World War, when the Japanese bombed Imphal. And the second time was on May 3rd, 2023, when the rabid Mayday mob came and attacked our colony, and my family had to flee and take refuge in ill-equipped army camps. Thank God they're safe now. This is a war by the 53% of the population against the 16% cookies only. The 53% Métis consumed 98% of the budget for over 70 years. They have development, they have infrastructure, they have advanced facilities in the valley for themselves, and nothing in the hills for the tribal cookies only. They have legislative power with 40 seats out of 60 in the state assembly. I'm here representing NAMDA, North American Manipur Tribal Association. I'm also here as a member of the victim family because my family, all 28 members, had to flee for their lives and they are now internally displaced. NAMDA, North American Manipur Tribal Association, is as old as this war. The North American diaspora of the cookies zombie came together and created this as a reaction to the trauma and pain our families endured. I stand here today in solidarity with the 60,000 displaced out of the 60,000 zombie. Out of the 4,500 killed, we are disproportionately impacted, even though we are only 16% of the population. I'm also here standing with you, and you together with me are standing in solidarity with our young men who put their lives on hold, their education on hold, because they were forced to take up arms to defend our lands and our villages. Until today, they are relentlessly attacked by the state forces, the Manipur police commandos, and their two militant groups, Aramba Tengal and Meitei Lipun. On Thursday, the 27th, a young man, a father of 5, Loon Min Tang, was killed when his Kuki Zomi village was attacked by 20 armored vehicles carrying Meitei commandos and militants. It is still ongoing. Just because you don't hear about it doesn't mean it's not going. Our people are constantly under attack, relentlessly, every night.
Stop Manipur genocide! Stop Manipur genocide! Stop Manipur genocide! Stop Manipur genocide! Cookies on me! Sisters, I need your voices. Stop genocide!
And lastly, I'm standing here with you all in solidarity with Snowy women who've been disproportionately large in number assaulted and sexually assaulted in this war. Most of you may have heard of this war because of that viral video that came out on July 19th. It is shocking and shameful that we need video evidence for justice to take place. The Chief Minister, Biren Singh, said there are hundreds such evidence, such incidents, and that is why he put a ban on the internet to stop the truth from coming out.
Shame, shame, Biren Singh. Shame, shame, Biren Singh. Shame, shame, Biren Singh.
We need global forces to raise the issue of Manipur crisis, and I thank you for being here to do
We
that.
are with you. We are with you. We stand with you. We stand with cookies only.
But the big question here is, why are the cookies only being attacked? Why are we driven from our home? Why are we driven like cattle from our home? And why do they continue to attack us? Why? It is all about our land, tribal land, our land that is protected by the Constitution of India, Article 371C. They want our land. The Métis have always wanted our land because they're confined in the valley, which is only 10%. But that 10% is fertile. Our 90% of the hill has only 10% arable. It's hard scrabble. It is a land that is difficult to cultivate, but it has provided sustenance for centuries and generations of our people. On those beautiful hills of Manipur, the hard scrabble land, lie the bones of the tribal. Generations of our ancestors are buried. Generations of our ancestors and people today cultivate to take whatever sustenance to provide and to feed our people. And this is the land that they want to grab and take. But there are bigger players here. The atrocities, the accoutrements of weapons that we've seen, sponsored by the state and God knows from somewhere else, the atrocities, the ferocity of the attack, the butchery that's been inflicted upon our people, tells me that there are bigger players here. There are puppets and there are puppet masters. This does not represent the Manipur I know. It does not also represent the Métis people. Even though they have lust for our land, the atrocities and the savagery is unprecedented. There are fingerprints of outside bad actors in this war. And they are after our land, the tribal land.
Respect the Constitution. Respect the Constitution. Respect the Constitution. Respect the Indian Constitution. Respect the Indian Constitution.
We tribals are generally laid back. But if you come between a tribal woman and her land, and if you come between a tribal man and his land, you will see that we will not stop fighting for our land to our last breath.
We are with you, Kipi, so many people.
We are with you, Kipi, so many people.
Are laid back. We can let things pass, but not if you come after our land. It does not matter that we are small in number. It does not matter that we are barely over 500,000 strong in number. But we will fight. In the blood that's flowing through the veins and arteries are the DNA of our warrior ancestors. The warrior ancestors who the Métis Kingdom could never subdue. Manipur today is a construct of the British. The tribals were never under the Meiteis. It was an uneasy alliance to become part of India, but the tribals were never under the Meiteis. We were forced to become part of Manipur, but we are never going to be under them. Psychologically, mentally, the state construct is not helpful for us. We've been marginalized for 70 years. There's inequity in funding, there's inequity in development, and we've been marginalized too long. And we need justice.
We need justice. We need justice.
The silence of the central government is tacit approval. If they don't speak up, the war will continue. The central government can stop this if they want to in 1 second. They have the might of the Indian army, they have the political power, but their silence is complicit. They are complicit in the death of the Kuki-Zomi people. When Modi spoke out after 77 days with the viral video came out, he talked about the shame that India faced because of the viral video. Shocked everybody, and it was disgusting. But he talked of it as if this was an isolated incident. He never addressed the underlying reasons why this happened. He never addressed the war. He spoke for 36 seconds. I can hold my breath longer than 36 seconds.
Wake up, wake up, Modi, wake up.
Wake up, wake up.
But I ask that you do something for us, for the Kuki-Zomi people. We need to raise collective voice to condemn what's happening in Manipur. If our condemnation rings through the universe, it will change the mind of the lawmakers here. And if we raise our voice so loud, Modi will hear it in India. When you go home today after this, please write to your senators, write to your representatives, and tell them to bring this motion to the House. Tell them to do this. The European Union has done it on July 12th. Europe approved a special envoy for the UK Prime Minister, the special envoy of religious freedom, started up in UK Parliament.
Biden, wake up. Wake up, wake up, Biden, wake up.
Wake up, wake up, Biden, wake up.
Wake up, wake up, Rokana, wake up. Wake up, wake up, Rokana, wake up.
Wake up, wake up, wake up. They chased us out of our houses. They looted. They inflated and they raped us.
Stop Manipur genocide! Stop Manipur genocide! Stop genocide! Stop Manipur genocide! We want justice! When do we want? Now! When do we want? Now!
Our lives, risk the lives of a young man to defend ourselves. We cannot go and live among them anymore. And they reduced everything we had to ashes. But we will rise. The Kuki-Zomi will rise from the ashes. We will rise and we will thrive. We will thrive in our own land, in our own terms. And we Kuki-Zomi get our own separate state.
Thank you very much, Mr. Niang. We came to know what atrocities are happening exactly from the ground zero from Mr. Niang. It takes a lot of courage to even talk about that. So really appreciate your presence at this event. Brothers and sisters, I just want to make an announcement on August 19, 2023 from 9:30 a.m. to 5:30 p.m.
on 20589 Homestead Road. There is a Ambedkar King Study Circle conference, and the topic is building a caste-free, equitable society from the grassroots. Professor Ajanta Subramaniam, Professor William D. Armalin, Professor Thomas Blom Hansen, and Dr. Murli Shan Mugavalan will be the speakers there. We will have a speaker from AKSC conference, but prior to that, I would like to call on the co-founder of Hindus for Human Rights, Mr. Raju Rajgopal. He's a big friend, and he has always been there for all the human rights issues. I would like to personally thank him and his organization for standing with us. Give them a big round of applause. So, without further ado, Raju, what is all here?
Hold on a second. Just hold. It's on.
For coming here on a beautiful Sunday afternoon. I think so many other things that you could be doing with your family. Thank you. 2019 to resist Hindutva and to fight caste discrimination. When I look around, I wish even the thousands and thousands of Hindus that are in this area, that there will be a few more Hindus here with solidarity with Manipur. That's what our fight for, besides standing against is to try to mobilize, try to get to the Hindu community here about what is happening in their own country. And for a lot of reasons, including complete domination of the media, many people are still completely unaware of what's happening in Manipur. And it's a shame. It's a shame. It's even more of a shame that our elected Indian American Congress people who know everything, who are briefed by the State Department, they know exactly what is going on in Manipur and elsewhere under the Modiji regime, have continued to remain completely silent. And that is a matter of shame. 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 Shame on China. Now, our concern, our good friend Pieter is here with us. Despite the hunger strike he's on, he's traveled across the country, and I'm looking forward to hearing from him. So he's been exchanging messages with Rokanna, trying to convince him that this is the time for him to take a stand, or else we would have to consider him to be part of the Hindutva gang. And some of the latest interviews and so forth clearly shows that he is leading for Hindutva, and we must resist. This is here. This is American politics, where we can make a difference by writing to all of our Congress members to take a stand on human rights in India. And Hindus for Human Rights will be with all of you in that endeavor. Thank you, and let's save Manipur. Save Manipur. Save democracy. Save democracy. Hinduism. Save Hinduism. Save Hinduism. Save India. Save India. Save India. Save India. Thank you. Thank you so much for that inspiration. Now I would like to call on brothers and sisters. We are privileged to have our representation from Sikh community also. Thank you so much, sir, for being here. We have a coordinator of Fremont Gurudwara, Mr. Kashmir is here. He will say a few words. I would like to thank the Gurudwara for standing with us in this fight. And without further ado, Mr. Kashmir, give him a big round of applause. Yeah.
From Sikh community and Sikh Gurdwara, I'm not here to show solidarity. We are in solidarity with the Manipur victims. Manipur incident is not just an incident, and this is not the first or the last one.
JP, please unmute your audio. JP, please unmute your audio.
It was in 1984 with the Sikhs, then it was with Muslim brothers in Gujarat, then now it's in Manipur next gonna be in some other state. They are doing it in a way like they put us in a separate boxes and they are attacking each box at one time. Unless until we join hands, we show solidarity. I will again correct myself, not showing solidarity, but be in solidarity with each other. Hold each other's hand. India is proclaiming that it is the world's biggest democracy, but it's the actually biggest dictatorship right now. They are actually doing this cleansing on the name of, you can call it, religion, you can call it on a different system. Kukizomi is just now one example. I hope it will not be another example next month unless until we do something. And when I'm saying we do something, we shouldn't be only just protesting. That's one way to do things. We need to join together. Our voice should come in a collaborative way, like we accommodate each other's small difference. Only 6% of those high-end people are ruling, next 94% of us. We are a majority and they are making us a minority. I feel pain when she is saying and she's explaining what happened in Manipur. The reflection goes back to my heart when our sisters and our brothers were killed in New Delhi in 1984 and government was there in the center. Now we are complaining that the government not taking any action in Manipur. It was happening right in Delhi and they didn't do anything. And I assure you they will do it again. They are on a systematic Hindu Tattva, you call it program or agenda. It's not gonna work. The way I see people coming together, I think there is a bad news that people lost their life. But the good part out of that is we are coming together. Benjamin Franklin said, we must hang together. Otherwise, for rest assured, we will be separately hanged. So it's our choice, whatever we want to do. Thank you very much for the organizer for organizing this rally. And I really appreciate, and I'm in solidarity on behalf of Sikh community. Our Supreme Council, Surinderjeet is here. She's elected member of the Gurdwara. So we are always there. Give us a call. Stay united. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Brother Kashmir, for that very inspiring talk. I totally agree with you that we all need to be united, and this is a small token of what he wants. But imagine this whole thing has to be filled up next time. Let's try to go and bring the awareness with lots of our friends and families. I would like to now call on our Bay Area Muslim community, and he was also ex-board member of the Muslim Community Association, Brother Humayun Sohail, who is here with us. Brothers and sisters, I just want to acknowledge one thing. Today, our protest, you can see that I was just asking who is the youngest here. There was when I was walking, there was a baby in the car seat. From there to I have here Brother Tanveer's dad, Ahmed Uncle, who is 91 years old, mashallah. Give him a big round of applause. His thirst for the democracy, his thirst for the human rights goes a long way. Whenever he comes here, he always talks about, and the pain you can see in him about the atrocities which is happening in India. And he has always been a big, supporter for all the human rights organizations. Thank you, sir, for your time. Really appreciate it. Give him a big round of applause. Without further ado, I would like to call Brother Humayun Sohail to say a few words, and then we will have Brother Azim speak. Thank you.
Good morning, everybody. Assalamu alaikum, Sat Sri Akal, Namaste, and I don't know what we say in Manipur. Goodbye. To everybody that's coming over here. It's a important moment, I would say, that this event was somehow conceived of and thought of by Muslims. and they ask other people to kind of join in. Usually, this sort of thing needed to happen a lot, but now it is happening at a scale that we can show that it's progress. I wanted to say quite a few things, but Brother Kashmir and Sister Niang have basically talked about that, so I'll just briefly touch upon those and then build up on that. I'll start with a small story. I was approximately around 8 years of age, and there was a news clip. I was learning to read Urdu, and in the newspaper, there was a small news about a woman being taken down from an auto rickshaw for some reason by some hooligans, and they tried to kind of strip her sari or basically pull her sari apart. Now that incident came into the news and it was reported by the newspaper. I was reading it. My mom said one thing for me. He said, if I hear such an incident happening and dignity of a specific woman being challenged, and you stood there and you did not take action, if you come home, I'll basically kill you. Now, one of the reasons why I choose to be here, one of the reasons is that I wanted to kind of fulfill my promise to my mother. Okay? Dignity of anybody in particular, in general, but specifically
JP, your finger hiding the camera.
Sacred duty of that.
JP Francis, your finger hiding the camera, please. Right? Move your. Thank you.
It has to be taken as a challenge by everybody, a person who basically has some dignity and some shame left in him. So at least I would say from that perspective, take this up as a challenge on an individual basis and don't let that fire inside you die. The second aspect is that I have heard that we are in solidarity, and I've also heard Foundation. Raju Rajgopalan said that he wished that there were many more Hindus over here joining the cause of solidarity over here. I would say actually I wished I had seen a lot more Indian Muslims over here. Okay, I wish, because they have been already prosecuted like Kashmiris, like our Sikh brothers, but they are also next in line many places, and we are talking regularly about it. How can we, under those circumstances, be complacent and not act? Brother Kashmir also touched upon that events like this are not going to be solving our problems. They are not going to be doing anything to solve the problem. At best, they are just going to kind of raise awareness about this issue, about what's going on, which is important anyways. But more important, what we need to make a commitment is that where are we going to create 100 Sister Niangs and 5,000 Pieters? Who are the next from the Indian community? Who are the next 500 from the Sikh community? Who are the next 500 Sister Niangs from other Indian communities in general? What is our process to do that? Because what you are facing is an organization that has very strategically worked on that process for almost 98.5 years right now. And they are extremely methodical about it. They do very little in terms of basically protests like this, but I can assure you that 500 times more than this, they are working in the background right now to make things happen, go their way. And if you don't understand that, talk to Pieter in person. Listen to his lectures. Get inspired by him. Do whatever it takes basically to kind of become one of them. That is a minimum commitment I would like all of us to kind of take when we go from here. Inspire others. The next rally, the next activity, there should be nobody telling you. You should be waking up from your bed and from your sleep to kind of handle these things yourself. So please make a commitment to that. I would say come to SM, specifically from the Muslim community. Show your names. We really like to have participation when call for actions are given. And we struggle to get 5 people calling the senators, 5 people calling the congressman. So take that up as a challenge and try to kind of follow the directions that Kashmir has specified over here, and probably a lot of emphasis has to be done and a lot of activities have to be done along with our coalition of the Hindu Foundation as well. Thank you very much, and hope we can make it better next time around. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Brother Sohail Mansell, for that very, very inspiring talk. And I totally agree with you. It's not only the Hindu brothers, but then we need more and more participation. Brothers and sisters, before you leave, I have Majid here. Please give your names if you want to volunteer for any of the human rights organizations who are working here, advocacy organizations. And please spend some time, because this is what is the fight which we have to fight right now. Now, I would like to call on. Yeah, there is a town hall tomorrow. May I have your attention, please? This is very, very important.
Yes, we are in attention with you. We are listening.
Oh, there is a Rokanas town hall tomorrow, it seems. I think we all have to be there, okay, and ask him about the hunger strike, what is happening. All they are asking is to speak on the Congress floor about the human rights issues which are happening there. It's not too complicated. So tomorrow, Monday, July 31st, from 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. Okay, there is going to be Representative Rokhanna along with Senator Dave Cortez
In San Jose.
in San Jose.
Chinese cultural center. Yeah, it is. It is at Chinese Performing Arts of America Center, located at 6148 Bollinger Road, San Jose, California, from 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m.
Take a show of hands who are all going to be there tomorrow.
I am. Please attend and speak up about
We
this.
really need all of this. We really need you to kind of go and get more people to attend that event.
You have to register. So please, whoever wants to attend, give your name to Majid and name and email ID, so phone number, so that we can send you the details. And also remind.
We really need a lot of people over there, folks.
Right.
We really need it. So talk to your friends and ask them to come, even if it's like for 5 minutes. If you worst case you cannot come, register at least. Okay.
Brothers and sisters, before I call on the next speaker, I would like each and every one of you again take your placards, stand in the line. We are going to say a few slogans. Without that, I'm not going to call the next speaker. This is very, very important. Let's show our protest. We have speeches, but then before I call that personality with the fire in him, we need to show our path. Please take your placards, raise them up, and say, "Stop Manipur genocide! Stop 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 Manipur genocide! Speak about Manipur genocide! Genocide! About Manipur genocide! We want! 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 When do we want? When do we want? When do we want? What do we want? Thank you so much, brothers and sisters. With this firing thing, I would like to call on Pieter, who came all the way from the East Coast. He is on the hunger strike for asking for the justice, asking for the people to stand up for the rights of the Kuki-Sobi community and what the atrocities, what is happening there. He came all the way, brothers and sisters. This is the 6th day of not eating anything. He is sitting up, and there is a lot of people who are following up on his Twitter account. He's there on the social media, sitting so many times on online and telling people that you have to pressurize to stand for the human rights. Without further ado, Peter, the floor is all yours. Thank you so much. Give him a big round of applause. Can everybody come closer, please? Can everybody come closer, because we need to have this like a good one. All right. So please come closer, and thank you so much, Peter, for doing what you always do. We really appreciate it, sir. Thanks a lot. Give him a big round of applause.
Stop Manipur genocide! Stop Manipur genocide! Stop Manipur genocide! Stop Manipur genocide! The ongoing violence in Manipur is the worst pogrom in the 9 years of the Modi regime's rule of India. It is also the worst anti-Christian massacre to take place in the modern history of the Republic of India. Oh, and it's also the longest lasting pogrom independent India has ever seen. We all saw or heard about, for those of us who couldn't stomach even watching it, that viral video showing two Kuki-Zomi tribal Christian women who were being paraded by a giant mob, sexually abused on camera, and later gang raped. As those women later testified, they were picked up by the police first and then handed over into the hands of the mob. We've heard, sometimes seen, the other horror stories of Kuki-Zomi Christians being attacked, driven out from their homes, sent into hiding for fear of joining those who have already been sent to the grave. The horror stories of those who have been gang raped, yes, and brutalized, gunned down, burned alive, and even beheaded. These attacks are not all just being perpetrated by militants who are already often collaborating with the police, but they are also being carried out by the police themselves. The ongoing anti-Christian massacre in Manipur is taking place with state complicity. What is so sad is that this is no surprise at all for anyone who has been paying attention to the reality of who Modi is, what the BJP and its parent organization, the RSS, stand for, and how the most extreme violence always accompanies the Hindu nationalist movement which they represent. Under Modi, we had the 2020 Delhi pogrom against Muslims in the capital of the country, a pogrom with state complicity targeted at religious minorities. In 2008, by the RSS BJP, we had the Kandhamal pogrom against Christians, a pogrom with police complicity targeted at religious minorities. That was the worst anti-Christian violence in the history of modern India, up until the Manipur horror began in May of this year. In 2002, under Modi, we had the Gujarat pogrom against Muslims, a pogrom with state complicity targeted at religious minorities. That one was the single worst pogrom to take place in this 21st century. International experts on the topic have been warning for the past couple of years. The genocide is on its way in India unless something changes. Nothing has changed. And well, now, today, Manipur's chief minister, Biren Singh, has done nothing to quell the violence, but nearly 3 months into the ongoing massacre, which is occurring with complicity of his state forces, he responds to calls for his resignation by saying he won't leave because his job is to bring peace. Modi has not visited Manipur once during the worst violence of his tenure. Even from Delhi, he hasn't even said a word against the violence or issued a call for peace. Not a single word in 3 months. That's despicable, but it's not surprising. Modi no doubt agrees with the violence against Christians in Manipur. After all, he oversaw the violence against Muslims in Gujarat. Violence against religious minorities is part and parcel of the RSS BJP's ideological DNA.
Down RSS.
Down RSS.
Down RSS. Down RSS.
Remember how that pogrom in Gujarat was the reason that Modi was banned from our country until his election as prime minister? The ban was never lifted. He just got diplomatic immunity, allowing him to bypass it. Oh, but a man who got banned from America for overseeing an anti-Muslim pogrom and who is today silently sanctioning an anti-Christian pogrom has seen his fortunes flipped. No, Modi's whitewashed image did not come about because he saw the light and turned a new leaf. Modi stayed the same. But our U.S. government, maybe because they saw how much political clout he has, decided to overlook both the recent history of Gujarat and the current events of Manipur in order to bend over backwards for Modi. Shockingly, the man who just led the call to roll out the carpet for Modi in the U.S. Congress, while Manipur had already been burning for 6 weeks, was Congressman Rahul in whose district we stand today. Why? Why was it so shocking that Ro Khanna worked to platform Modi in our U.S. Congress? Ro, you see, had been the one to inspire us all, to give us a ray of hope when he came out against the Hindutva ideology that is suffocating the once great democracy of India. 4 years ago, Ro made history when he stood up and he spoke out. He said it was his duty to stand for pluralism, reject Hindutva, and speak for equal rights for Hindus, Muslims, Sikhs, Buddhists, and Christians. That's the vision of India his grandfather fought for, he said. Notice the action words in Ro's statement. Stand for pluralism and speak for human rights. Stand and speak. Stand and speak. Today, the time has come that the rubber needs to meet the road. The time has come for Ro to walk his own talk. The time has come to put up or shut up.
Walk the talk, Ro Khanna. 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 Walk the talk, Ro Khanna.
Pluralism.
Ro Khanna. Walk the talk, Ro Khanna. Walk the talk.
Pluralism and equal rights were the first things to go in the ongoing anti-Christian massacre in Manipur. Why hasn't Ro stood up and spoke out about that as he said it was his duty to do? Walk the talk, Ro. The fires that still burn hot in Manipur are fueled by Hindutva hatred and rage. Why won't Ro stand up and speak against that? Walk the talk, Ro. Ro once said that he came to Congress to say that America should always stand for human rights. That's beautiful rhetoric. We are dying to see Ro put those words into action by standing for human rights in Manipur. Walk the talk, Ro. We still have some glimmers of hope.
Rose still claims to be against Indutva and for pluralism and equal rights for all. But the longer that he waits to walk the talk, the more it starts to sound like hollow rhetoric. And yet, Manipur is still burning. Modi won't speak, our US government won't utter a peep, and Roe is silent. For shame!
Shame on broken love.
Shame!
Shame.
Shame! So, what then shall we do? We ourselves must stand up and speak out as we are doing right now. It is left to us to wage the struggle. We start small and local. We start right here in Ro Khanna's district. Here is what I chose to do. On July 25th, I launched a hunger strike. It is now 6 days since a morsel of food has passed my lips. I have consumed 0 calories, and here is my very small and simple demand. This is my satyagraha. I am on hunger strike to demand that Ro Khanna go on the floor of the House of Representatives to speak against the ongoing anti-Christian violence in Manipur. Hey Ro, speak up for 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 Manipur. But, you see, Ro may not ever speak. So, whether or not this one politician ever stirs himself from the couch long enough to say even a few short lines against the worst anti-Christian violence in the history of modern India, we still have a job to do. It is up to each of us to determine the best way to do that job. Here is how I will do it. For Manipur, for the Kuki-Zomi people, for my Christian brothers and sisters who are being slaughtered right now, I will kneel in pain for Manipur. I will throw dust on my head in lamentation for Manipur. And I will tear my clothes in anguish for Manipur. And then I and we in solidarity will stand up and speak out. We will tell how the blood of the innocent is crying out from the soil of Manipur for justice. And as we stand and as we speak out for Manipur, we will cry, no justice, no peace. 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 No justice, no peace.
Thank you. Thanks a lot. I would like to call Azim Bhai. Can you please come here and say a few words? Then let's keep it like 2 to 3 minutes, and then we have Sean, and with that we will end our morning.
Hello everybody, Assalamu alaikum. How are you guys? I hope you guys are doing all good. Now, the thing is, my name is Azim Bhai. I am from Muslim Peace Network, and peace, wherever the peace and justice is, that's where Muslims will stand for. Regardless of anybody, humanity is the biggest over all the religions. So, wherever any human being is getting hurt or getting injured or getting abused, we are going to stand up for it. And I'm glad to see so many Muslims here. Muslims, it takes us long to wake up, but once we wake up, nobody can stop us. And all of this group, we can make small groups and go to all the churches and spread the word that what is happening all over in India. Not only Manipur, before Manipur also, there were a lot of injustice was doing all over in sporadic position. Somewhere in Tamil Nadu, sometime in Andhra, and sometimes, right now in Manipur. But these inhumane terrorists who took over the Indian government will never give up. But we have a long fight to go, and the justice will prevail. Believe me, justice will prevail, and we have to do our job. We go and spread this word. Like, there is a Sunnyvale church. There are a lot of Indians over there. There are many churches where Indians or Americans or anybody, whoever, human being who is concerned about humanity, he will be with us. But the thing is, we have to spread the word. And as a Muslim, our main thing is humanity. Our Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam taught us that humanity is the biggest religion. Regardless of anybody, he will go and help. All his concern was how to save people from troubles and hellfire. But besides that, let's say there is an accident happens on the road. We are not going to go and ask him what religion he is. We are going to go as a human being and help him. And that's our job. Our humanity, we have to wake up and we have to do our job. And I don't know, we should have more protests. Actually, we should have protests every weekend because they are doing some injustice somewhere over there. Because these animals, they are inhumane, RSS BJP people, they never stop. Their mind is somewhere else. Even the animals are better than them. With that, I would say the work doesn't stop here. We have to go to the churches, mosques, whatever, Gurdwara, and spread the word, especially the churches. Because a lot of these churches, they are not aware of what is happening. And we are doing a great job, but not enough.
Thank you, Azim Bhai. Thank you very much for that. Now I would like to call on Sean. Brothers and sisters, before Sean comes, let's give him the same energy what we give to Peter because he is also on hunger strike. Yeah.
Thanks so much. Thanks for
keep it louder, louder.
Father Sheikh of Manipur. Media, we are here. The whole world is watching you. What are you guys doing there? Bring peace in Manipur. Stop all the genocide. We are human. More than anything, we are human. You are calling in the United States that you are a democratic country. But what is democratic means? Democracy is for the people, by the people, of the people. It's for the people. They are soul of India. They joined you guys. They believed you that you guys are going to give protection for them. The cookies army people are our people. Stop sponsoring weapons to the mighty people and other groups. Bring peace in Manipur. Thank you. Bring peace in Manipur.
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 Bring peace in Manipur. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Jaydeep, for that. Really appreciate it. Stop Manipur genocide!
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 Brothers and sisters, we have Brother Khan here from our Bay Area, who is also on hunger strike from last 6 days. Give him a big round of applause for his courage. I hope that the thing what he is standing for again got inspired by Peter and join hands with him. And also on the hunger strike, all these. This is very, very important. He's right here in our vicinity. He is right here and standing for the justice, standing for the human rights. Now, before I hand it over to him, I will hand it over to you, sir. You have to say a few words and then we'll start this one.
Rising star, Sean!
Rising star!
So everybody have different opinions about the 1984 genocide, the Elam genocide. I also have strong opinions. I want to acknowledge everybody's feeling. And this is the newest genocide.
let us come together. I think there are different opinions what we may have with respect to different genocides, but I want to call everybody to keep our differences aside and join hands to fight for this Manipur genocide, which is happening right now in front of our hands by Mr. Modi. He's doing this at multiple sizes for 9 years across India. So we cannot keep silent after this. If we are keeping silent till 2024, we don't need to go to India back. We can forget India. We can tear off all our passports. We don't need to go back to India because there is not going to be any democracy left back in India. That's what I can clearly see. It's a kind of suppression of entire democracy and the truth. So let us stand for the truth. Let us stand for the democracy. Let us fight for our brothers and sisters in Manipur.
So there is one very good poem which Shanbhai has taken it out and he wants me to say in the Hindi and he is going to do the English translation. Sorry, Nilambai, but there is an English translation. So you should be fine there. तुम रात लिखो हम चांद लिखेंगे. तुम रात लिखो हम चांद लिखेंगे. तुम जेल में डालो हम दीवार फाड़ लेंगे. तुम जेल में डालो हम दीवार फाड़ लेंगे.
You could write the night, but we will write the moon. If you put us in jail, we would jump over the walls and still write.
तुम फिर लिखो हम है तैयार लिखेंगे. तुम फिर लिखो हम है तैयार लिखेंगे. तुम हमें कत्ल कर दो हम बन के भूत लिखेंगे. तुम्हारे कत्ल के सारे सबूत लिखेंगे.
If you launch an FIR against us, we are all set to write about the injustice we are suffering from. If you would launch an FIR against us, we are all set to write about the injustice we are suffering from. If you murder us, we will come back as a ghost and still write. We will still write mentioning the proofs, unveiling the murders you have committed.
और तुम अदालतों से बैठकर चुटकुले लिखो. हम सड़कों दीवारों पे इंसाफ लिखेंगे. बहरे भी सुन ले इतनी जोर से बोलेंगे.
You may enjoy jokes sitting in the courts. You may enjoy jokes sitting in the courts, but we will hit the walls and roads about justice we need. We will speak loud enough so even hearing impaired ones could hear us.
अंधे भी पढ़ रहे इतना साफ लिखेंगे. तुम काला कमल लिखो हम लाल गुलाब लिखेंगे. तुम जमीन पे जुल्म लिख दो आसमान पे इनकलाब लिखा जाएगा. इनकलाब लिखा जाएगा. इनकलाब लिखा जाएगा.
इनकलाब लिखा जाएगा.
We will write clear enough so that the blind ones could read it. You could symbolize the black rose, but we will write about the red rose. If you could oppress us on the earth, even in the afterlife, that just will be done. Even if you would oppress us on the earth, we will come after the life and that just will be done.
सब याद रखा जाएगा. सब कुछ याद रखा जाएगा. और तुम्हारी लाठियों और गोलियों से जो कत्ल हुए हैं मेरे यार सब, उनकी याद में दिलों को बर्बाद रखा जाएगा.
We will remember everything. We will remember everything. We will not forget it at all. We will not forget it at all. The dearest friends of mine who you murdered with lathis and sticks or bullets, the remembrance of them, we will keep our hearts broken down. The dearest friends of mine who you murdered with lathis or sticks and bullets, in the remembrance of them, we will keep our hearts broken down.
सब याद रखा जाएगा. सब कुछ याद रखा जाएगा. और तुम सियाहियों से झूठ लिखोगे हमें मालूम है. और तुम सियाहियों से झूठ लिखोगे हमें मालूम है. वो हमारे खून से ही सही सच जरूर लिखा जाएगा.
We will remember everything. We will remember everything. We will remember it at all. We will remember it all. You will ink down lies. We know it well. You will ink down lies. We know it well. Maybe with your blood, maybe with our blood, but plainly the truth will be written and published someday. Maybe with our blood, but plainly the truth will be written and published someday.
सब याद रखा जाएगा. सब कुछ याद रखा जाएगा. और मोबाइल टेलीफोन इंटरनेट भरी दोपहर में बंद करके सर्द अंधेरी रात में पूरे शहर को नजर बंद करके हथौड़ियों को लेकर दफतन मेरे घर में घुस आना. मेरा सर बदन मेरी मुख्तसर सी जिंदगी को तोड़ जाना. मेरे लख्ते जिगर जिगर का टुकड़ा मेरे लगते जिगर को बीच चौराहे पे मारकर ये बेअंदाज झुंड में खड़े होकर तुम्हारा मुस्कुराना सब कुछ याद रखा जाएगा, सब कुछ याद रखा जाएगा।
By blocking public access to telephones, internet, and other convenience of communication in broad daylight, by blocking public access to telephones, internet, and other conveniences of communication in broad daylight, and then confining the entire city as prisoners in the cold night, and then confining the entire city as prisoners in the cold night, suddenly intruded my home and devastate all my life, devastate all my small life, murdering my small child, darling child in the middle of the road, murdering my darling child in the middle of the road, and then without bothering about anything that happened, and then without bothering anything that happened, you smiling in the bunch of people, you smiling in the bunch of people, we will remember it all.
और दिन में मीठी मीठे बातें करना सामने से, सब कुछ ठीक है हर जबान में तुतलाना, रात होते ही हक मांग रहे लोगों पे लाठियां चलाना, गोलियां चलाना, हम ही पे हमला करके हम ही को हमलावर बताना, सब याद रखा जाएगा, सब कुछ याद रखा जाएगा।
You talk sweet during the day, you talk sweet during the day, and then assuring in public that everything is at the place and under control with a stuttering tone, and then assuring in public that everything is at the place and under control with a stuttering tone, oppressing and attacking the people at night, oppressing and attacking the people at night who are asking for their rights, oppressing and attacking the people at night who are asking for their rights, attacking us and blaming us for being the attackers. It all will be remembered. Attacking us and blaming us for being the attackers, it all will be remembered.
और मैं अपनी हड्डियों पे लिख के रखूंगा ये सारे वारदात, मैं अपनी हड्डियों पे लिख के रखूंगा ये सारे वारदात। तुम जो मांगते हो मुझसे मेरे होने के कागजात, अपनी हस्ती का तुमको सबूत जरूर दिया जाएगा। ये जंग तुम्हारी आखिरी सांस तक लड़ा जाएगा, ये जंग तुम्हारी आखिरी सांस तक लड़ा जाएगा, सब याद रखा जाएगा, सब कुछ याद रखा जाएगा।
I will carve these incidents of cruelty on my bones. You are asking me for the documents of my identity? I will surely provide you the proof of my existence or identity. This war will be fought till your last breath, and all shall be remembered forever. This war will be fought till your last breath, and all shall be remembered forever.
ये भी याद रखा जाएगा किस किस तरह से तुम्हें वतन को तोड़ने की साजिशें की, ये भी याद रखा जाएगा किस किस यतन से हमने वतन को जोड़ने की ख्वाहिश की, ये भी याद रखा जाएगा। और जब कभी भी जिक्र आएगा जहां में दौरे बुज़दिली का, तुम्हारा काम हमेशा याद रखा जाएगा।
It will also be remembered how you attempted to disunite this country. It will also be remembered how you attempted to disunite or split the country. Our attempts and desire to reunite the country shall also be remembered. Our attempts and desire to reunite the country shall also be remembered. And whenever it is spoken about cowardice, your deeds shall be the ones to give examples of. Whenever it is spoken about cowardice, your deeds shall be the ones to give examples of.
और जब कभी भी जिक्र आएगा जहां में दौरे जिंदगी का, तुम्हारा नाम याद रखा जाएगा कि कुछ लोग थे जिनके इरादे टूटे नहीं थे लोहे की हथौड़ियों से, कि कुछ लोग थे जिनके ज़मीर बिके नहीं थे इजारेदारों की कौड़ियों से, जैसे तुम्हारे बिक गए हैं।
Also, whenever it will be spoken about the ways of life, our name shall be mentioned. Also, whenever it will be spoken about the ways of life, our names shall be mentioned. It will be mentioned that there were some people with strong motives, people whose principles were unbreakable, even when they were tried to break with hammers. Some people didn't give up and never got sold as war.
ये कुछ लोग थे जो डटे रहे थे तूफान नूह के गुजर जाने के बाद तक, कुछ लोग थे जो जिंदा रहे अपनी मौत की खबर आने के बाद तक। भले भूल जाए फलक आंखों को मोड़ना, भले भूल जाए जमीन अपनी दूरी पे घूमना, हमारे कटे परों की परवास को, हमारे फटे गलों की आवाज को याद रखा जाएगा, सब याद रखा जाएगा।
Some people stood in impossible situation. Some people were alive even after hearing the news of their death.
ताकि तुम्हारे नाम पर तोमर लानतें भेजी जा सके, ताकि तुम्हारे मुजस्समों पर काली गेंद पोती जा सके, तुम्हारे नाम तुम्हारे मुजस्समों को आबाद रखा जाएगा, सब याद रखा जाएगा।
Your names, body, evidence shall never be forgotten. It will all be remembered forever. You could be cursed for forever your name. So your bodies could be dishonored by through black ink.
Thank you so much, Shan Bhai. This was very inspirational. Give him a big round of applause. I think this sums everything, whatever we want to say. And then I would like to call the representative of AKSC. Sorry, your name, ma'am. Kanaka Lakshmi. Thank you so much for being here. We are missing Karthik today, but then thanks for your invitation.
Thank you, everyone. Actually, thank you for coming. And anywhere here, you guys were here until the last minute to support and be AKC standing in solidarity with all Manipur, Kuki, Zomi people. And actually, I really want to say one thing that I wrote it down so I won't forget. People united will never be defeated. So this is the one thing everyone is talking about. This is the nice slogan I just heard from. And so please support, and tomorrow we will just go to Rokanas. Yeah. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, brothers and sisters. In the honor of Sir Ahmed Saab here, who is the father of Tanveer Bhai, he is 91 years old. May Allah preserve him and keep him always in the best of health, inshallah. Say Ameen.
Ameen.
And, I just want him to acknowledge his presence. And, even though it was, he's having health issues and all that, but he said, no, I'm coming as an, and from yesterday, 2 to 3 times he called me like, okay, I'm going to be there, giving me that assurance, which I think our young generation who is out there, who is just sitting at home, this is a kind of an example what we want to set up. Thank you so much, sir, for your presence. And with that, I want him to say a couple of words.
I am thankful for all of you that you have shared our grief, which was going on for the last several months. And most shocking thing, the criminal has been allowed here, and he made a thing when he came here, and people are not feeling the burning conditions of Manipur for the last 3 months, more than 3 months. And there was no agitation at all here. Now, people have come up and they realize that what sort of tragedy they have found there. And much more, that the question of people's sentiment should be awakened, must be awakened, that what extreme he has gone in a democracy for which he is shouting, the world's largest democracy. The rogue not allowed on this land for 6 years continuous. And now it is for the last 3-4 years, he is here on the head of America. All sorts of praise being made for him, all sorts of luxury. And people are not thinking to what extent he has thrown the country. Lakhs of people without job. Lakhs of people sleep without meal in the night. And he is enjoying roaming. Rome is burning. Nehru is sleeping. So, people should think that to what extent the country has been brought. And it should not be allowed to touch this land, which is hell and heaven difference of democracy and freedom. Now he has taken the agenda of ethnic cleansing, either by Muslims or by other cookies or any junk of people who is living peacefully here.
Thank you.
I request people that awaken them that the country has not seen such a robe. More than 4,000 people were murdered in Gujarat. And all criminals have been garlanded. No question being asked here. How shocking that we are tolerating that robe.
Stop genocide in Manipur.
Stop genocide in
Stop
Manipur.
genocide in Manipur.
Stop genocide in Manipur.
Thank you so much, Uncle. Thanks a lot.
Rome is burning. And they're roaming.
Nero is
Roaming. Now it is shocking. And every place, he has been placed on the head. And our president.
So you're watching live visuals from the protests in California, Fremont. They are protesting
Thank you so
against
much.
the Manipur genocide.
Really appreciate it. Give him a big round of applause.
சொல்லுங்க
Give him a big round of applause.
Sean, I mean, very good going. I mean, if you want to get some bites from other people who
Yeah,
did not
yeah.
talk, you can do that as well, right, Sean?
You want to take some bites?
Yeah, like after, I mean, like the people they address the crowd. Yeah, after that.
People are trying to take a group picture.
Oh, okay, maybe after that, yeah.
Yeah, maybe after that, yeah. I will try. Everybody is in the mode of dispersing.
Right.
I'll try to take at least bites from couple at least.
Sure, Sean. Yeah, Sean is an organizer of this this movement and this protest. So he'll try to get some people to talk.
Where is that?
So the protesters, and we know they are joining for a group photograph. That's very, very nice of them. So it's the memories when they stand for justice. The memories when they stand together to say no.
Stop Manipur genocide.
So the visuals you see from the sunny California, Fremont, California.
Stop Manipur genocide. Stop Manipur genocide. Bond.
So we want justice the slogan, and a lot of our viewers, we know they're demanding separate administration for Manipur. That's a demand we see on the comments or the live chat. Right, we'll display those chats as well.
Appreciate each and every one of you being here. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept this effort. May God bless all of you for spending your time. On this time, we hope that my part will be very fruitful meeting. Please take every effort to go to the Rose Town Hall and put the pressure on him to speak on Manipur. Thank you.
You want to stop it?
So, bites எடுக்கலாமா?
Yes, Sean. Yeah, you can do that, yeah, Sean.
உங்களுக்கு வேணா நீ எடுத்து. You can take this one.
No, actually, Sean, you keep, right?
Yeah, I'll take it. Yeah. Sure.
So the protest there in Fremont, California is.
I'll take a quick bite from Jay Francis.
Sure.
Jay, why don't you tell about the protest?
Well, we are all united on the injustices that are being done to Tukizami people. The idea of India Union, which came about meaningful in 1947, now it's all disintegrating because of all these violences. So the government has got to intervene, stop the state-sponsored terrorism, inquire all about 4,000 FIRs must be here from people that they got to reopen it and stop everything. It is very sad to hear that 400 plus churches are burned. I hope the government will intervene and take care of all the wellness of all the people of the union. Thank you.
Thank you, Jim. Thank you, Daisy. Aksan, you want to speak for the?
Yeah, sure, Sean. Yeah, you can. He very well said. The idea of India is being damaged and destroyed. The idea of India coming together. Yes, Sean, go ahead. Yeah.
I'll take quickly bite with
Aksan.
Aksan.
Yeah, we have a very successful protest here in Fremont, California. Lots of people of different communities came here. We had representation from Muslim community, Hindu community, Sikhs, and lots of Christians. Everybody from Kukizumi community. Everybody showed up here. I would like to thank each and every one of you. And the reason for standing was for justice. We are here to stand for justice. We are here to stand for the injustices which are happening in India that needs to stop right now. So most of the slogans are like we are, asking government to take action against the perpetrators who have done a very shameful act. The respect for women is something which is very, very essential in our country, what we have seen. So that cannot be compromised at all. I would like to thank Pieter and, also Sean and all others who came here to stop here. Brothers and sisters, it is like if one part of the body is not functioning or it is having a pain, the whole body suffers. Our Kukizumi community today is burning in India. Manipur is burning right now. And if that is burning, we all are Indians. We are not against any community. We are against the ideology, the hatred ideology. All we want is peace, pluralism, and social justice for all of them. Thank you. Thank you, Lord. Thank you.
I'll take quickly a bite.
Yeah, sure. Sure, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Okay.
Hello.
Sajid, quickly.
Hello, my name is Sajjad. I have come here in solidarity with the Kukizumi community over here in Fremont, Bay Area. So this is one of the moments where we have to stand with them, looking at what is the situation in India. We have seen this among all the communities during the 2000 Gujarat program, during the Sikh riots, during the Delhi riots. When it comes to injustice and oppression, it is our fundamental responsibility as a humanity, as a human, to stand for the justice. And when you stand for the justice, that is where you will stand in hand with the humanity. So I really thank the people over here who have come. I see the pain where it's going on in Manipur, the pain where each one of them, the women being paraded naked, that shook our heart, that shook our soul to come over here, come from where we have come from. That is not the India we represented. That is not the India where we have grown up. India is changed to where it has not been seen ever since growing up. So this is something which has shaken up. We are speechless to talk in words. And I am here to stand with them, and I will always stand for justice and oppression. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Sajjad. I'll just make myself as host and.
Sure. So Sean, you are going to. So let us, Sean. If you don't have anybody else, I'd like to hear from now. Viewers like to hear from
are you able to see me?
Yes, yeah. Let me get
you. You can put me in spotlight.
Yes, yeah.
So,
Sean, go ahead. Yeah.
Give me 1 minute. I'll just maybe take a couple of bites from Ambedkar Think Study Circle. Or first, let me take a few more people. So, you want to speak? How are you feeling about the protest? We are doing a live with the Tamil America TV.
No, today it was.
Oh, sorry. Give me a minute. I'll change the thing. Are you seeing?
Yeah, yes, good. Yeah, go ahead.
I'm Suleiman.
Are you able to hear?
Yes, Sean.
Okay.
Suleiman, I'm IMC representative in Bay Area. Today, all the communities have come together to protest for what is going on in Manipur. It's a shame what's going on there. And every day we read news about Manipur, and we are helpless of what is going on. But today was an opportunity for all the communities to come together and have a voice to support the Manipur people and the local congressmen to know that we are all united on this. And the congressman needs to talk on behalf of what is happening in Manipur. The reason for all of us to come here is to reach out to our congressmen and and share our grief and share our concern so that congressmen can speak on the floor.
We are going to have
Thank
a
you.
pastor reaction. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for sharing your views.
On my community, I'm interested in what's going on culturally and socially and stuff.
You
So I
want to
was just
explain,
wondering
Peter?
what was.
Go ahead, Peter.
Tell me about it.
Why don't you?
Peter,
Come here, Peter.
he's Pieter Friedrich.
Yeah, I'm Peter.
Hey, Peter. I'm Craig.
Greg?
Yeah.
What's your denomination?
Well, we're not denominational,
Okay.
but here, this is my car.
Yeah, no worries. I'm
Okay.
Um,
We belong to the community of Reformed Evangelical Church.
yeah, I'm familiar with you.
Okay.
Yeah, I know some people that are that association with them.
Oh, cool.
I'm from California. I was born and
So we
raised
see
in-
about human rights activist Peter interacting with one of the clergy there. I guess I see a clergy caller.
That's 17 years. And especially right now, what I've been working on, like that's 5-6 years, is the issue of international, which is thing called India, which is basically one determined to turn the country of India away from being a secular democratic democracy, and two, specifically target and exterminate religious minorities, especially Christians and Muslims. And so what we're here for today specifically is a current issue, an ongoing issue, in the northeastern state of the northeastern state of India called Manipur.
You far from Jaipur.
No,
That's the other side.
That'd be, yeah, this isn't the far northeast.
Okay, that's west.
Jaipur is in the kind of far west. Yes. And what's happening right now is that there's a group of tribal people who are like almost 100% Christians. Who are, the state is ruled by the Hindu Nationalist Party, which is in control of the national government as well. And these tribal Christian people, for almost 3 months now, have been targeted for basically extermination. The people targeting them are on video in formal interviews with major media in India saying, yeah, we want to fight them out. And they're doing that. They've been
Physically, like violently.
Yeah, for almost 3 months. They've been systematically attacking them in the villages, and with modern weapons like assault rifles and stuff like that. With complicity with the police backing them up and sometimes participating in violence. Still happening. They've been doing stuff like gang raping people, women. They've been gunning people down. They've been burning people alive, including little kids. And they've been beheading people.
That's awesome. Can I ask you a couple questions? Your name was Andy?
No, my name's Peter.
Peter, I'm sorry.
Pieter Friedrich.
So India has a bunch of different states, correct?
Yeah, it's got like 20.
So is this concerns itself with one state?
The incident happening right now concerns itself with the state of Manipur. And in this violence, about 100, it's still unclear because it's still happening. And there's been a media blackout, the internet's been shut down for almost 3 months, so word is not getting out. But what we do know is probably about 100 to 150 people, maybe a lot more, have been murdered, mostly Christians. What we do know is that there's been anywhere from like 300 to 500 churches burned down. Like about 60,000 people displaced. Almost all of them are Christians.
Many were homeless. 6,300 houses were burned.
Yeah,
and almost 300 churches. So,
and I ask you, how do you guys maintain being informed? Being informed. How do you get your information? Like just, no, I'm asking you a specific question about data. How you're getting it?
How we get it outside. I'm gonna say this. How I get it is about revenue. So anybody that don't do revenue, if you pay, if you have 1,000 to do it, with all of them, 1,000,
So after the protest, a clergyman there asking, questions and clarification about the Manipur issue. And our human rights activist and journalist, Pieter Friedrich, and other leaders there explaining him what's happening in Manipur and how to get this information. Let us continue to watch that.
It's tragic that the West didn't hear it. Like, we get a lot of information from voice.
For 100 years, they like being with each other. Like being with each other.
Maybe after we finish, we'll talk. I'll talk. I want to talk to you. I want to hear.
This is a travel community who are here, who are speaking, who are standing. And I've been speaking with them for about a month, talking with different people. Most of them are in the U.S. People who are giving me testimony about how they're here in the U.S. back in Manipur with their aunt and their cousin. Their homes were attacked. They were sent into hiding. They were forced to flee. Their home was burned down. Now they're seeking refuge.
You see 145 lives lost, 6,200 houses burned.
Also, and I've talked with like one guy here in the U.S. about how I think a couple of weeks ago he had he's over in Manipur. His cousin and a few other guys were standing outside of their village. The police actually in this case rolled up in a bulletproof like armored vehicle and got out and gunned them down, and so his cousin died. Stuff like that. In addition to that, one of the things so this was kind of, it's been ongoing for almost 3 months. Even for us, our organization's professional time. Even for me, this is kind of off my radar up until a couple of weeks ago. I know it was happening. I didn't know it was that severe. I know I need to talk about it. I know what's something. But what really sparked for me and for actually everybody here, I think, is on the 19th, a video emerged. We was at on the 19th of July, the video emerged of an incident that occurred on the 4th of May of 2 women who are from this tribal Christian community who were surrounded by a mob of men, probably like dozens or hundreds of men who were already discriminated. They were being paraded by the men. They were being sexually abused on camera, and then off camera later on, they were taken out into a field. They were gang raped. And then, while they were being gang raped, apparently one of the women, her brother was there and attempted to defend her, and he was murdered by the mob. Now, the clincher is that the women, after this video emerged and people found out about it, started talking about it, the women testified that before they got into the hands of the mob, they were picked up by the police. And the police took them and dropped them off and put them in the hands of the mob. And this is one account. This video went viral everywhere. It's got international media coverage now. This is one incident of a lot of other incidents. Gang rape and lots of murder, lots of. And the government in the state is tolerating it. They're not tolerating it. The government in the central government in Delhi is refusing to take any action. The Prime Minister, Modi, in 3 months, he finally was pressured to come out and say, well, this video is really bad. It should never happen to others in India. We're going to catch the bullets. But the one thing he didn't do, and he still has not done in 3 months, the violence is still happening. He has not condemned the violence. He hasn't called for peace. Nothing.
And it's a Christian ethnic cleansing. That's the issue mainly.
Yeah, I'm really new to the community. I have begun pastoring at this church Lighthouse Bible Fellowship this year in January. And I'm sort of I'm kind of sort of assimilating it right now in this community.
Where are you from?
I'm from LA, but we were in Florida the last time. We were ministering there, planning a church there for several years. My wife's from Antioch, so when we came back here, one of the reasons I was interested with, because one, I know that my neighbors, those apartments right there, there are a lot of people of many different ethnicities, right? And so I have a ton of questions anyway, just because I'm trying to talk to my neighbors who are from Kerala and
my wife is
from all over, right? So I'm learning anyway, I'm trying to be a student.
Yeah, it's like.
I'm sorry, I don't want to put you on. I was a Ranger in the Army, so if you want to get some, I got Jesus. And I say that not only a little bit.
What are your thoughts hearing about this at the outset? Maybe the Indians may have different perception. Peter, being an American human rights activist, he's speaking about it. What are your thoughts, Father?
Well, immediately my thoughts go to prayer, and I want to let people that I know and shepherd. Let's be praying for this newfound horrific action that's going on in our world. There's always something to find out fairly regularly, which is tragic anyway. The world's a difficult place to be human sometimes. It shouldn't be. So I immediately think about praying. I think about following up and seeing, is there something specific that we might be able to do with regard to money or resources?
So I mean, like the chance to the past 6 years, since 7 years.
2017, yeah.
Since 2016, 2017, basically all being shut down by the Modi government.
Seems like we lost Sean, so I'm going to get back him again. Yes. Sean, if you could focus your frame horizontal. Yes, thank you.
Americans can't do that.
Even as a traveler, if you're an American,
like if you went there as a traveler and they found money with you. In fact, actually, there's one specific example. I was just in Philadelphia last week, the week before last, with a friend of mine who's a pastor out in Tennessee, who in 2019. He'd been going to India and Nepal for like 20 years, working to support the church there, and routinely bringing money for them. In 2019, he showed up at the airport and he was stopped by the police because he had a lot of money. And they asked him, they asked me 2 questions. Are you a Christian? Yes. And are you going to be meeting Christians in India? Yes, I am. Are you going to be giving them money? Yes, I am. And then they ended up arresting him. He spent 9 months in jail. He was just barely released by the skin of his teeth. At this moment, any American, any Caucasian going over there that is like they go with, that you're going over to meet with Christians or as a Christian, et cetera, like it's at extremes.
At least in this part of the country.
No, in the entire. Yeah, so
I know church practice down south.
It's down south in Kerala and Tamil Nadu. It's a lot more free, and they're mostly free from persecution. But throughout a lot of the rest of the country, especially in the center and in the north, and now in the northeast, is where a lot of persecution is occurring. And so I've written a short book about this last year. What's happening in Manipur right now is like the most egregious example of like sustained murder of people, for Christians. But it's not surprising. It's kind of actually expected unless something changes, because what's been happening especially increasingly for like the past 4 or 5 years, especially for like the past couple of years, is throughout a lot of the rest of India. The Christians are routinely facing persecution in the form, especially of this, which is the holding Sunday services on Sunday. An armed mob will show up and assemble outside of the church, and oftentimes accompanied by the police. They'll burst into the sanctuary, disrupt the service. They'll grab the congregants and the clergy. They'll start beating them up, and they'll smash up the sanctuary. They'll drag the congregants and the clergy away. If the police aren't there accompanying them, then what they'll do is they'll take these people, the clergy, congregants, the Christians, haul them off to the police station and accuse them of engaging in like forced conversions because they were leading and celebrating in the service. And the police will slap charges on the victims. And that happens when I say mob. I mean, like 50 or 200, 500 people.
It's happening to Muslims as well.
Not that specific.
Yeah, Sean, could you focus both of them with inside the frame?
Yeah, Peter, can you come closer here? Little.
Like, there's all sorts of examples of the ways it's manifesting.
Thank you, Sean.
2016 or so, they've routinely been attacked from the streets, particularly accused of possessing beef, whether or not they're out, and then simply grabbed by a mob and lynched to them. But there's also there's been attacks on mosques. Mosques have been burned, invaded. People walking down the street that look Muslim have just been randomly assaulted. It's all in 2020 in Delhi, in the capital of the country. So there was in February of 2020, there was a program against Muslims in which about 50 were killed, including accounts of them being hacked to death. And the suspended body parts being dumped in rivers and canals. And this is in depth. What's your hope? My hope is to be an Christian. I'm a Christian. I've been speaking, I've been writing, researching, writing, and speaking on these issues for 17 years. And especially on this issue of internationalism for the last 6, primarily focusing on that. And what I've seen, I've done outreach to American politicians. I was in DC last month because Modi was visiting a local protest. I met several members of Congress here in Fremont. I personally know Congressman Lacana. I've appealed to him to speak, and I hope he would, but he's not. And what I see out of everything, the mosques, the Muslim community, including the non-Indian Muslim community in America, it's pretty knowledgeable about this. They're acting, they're speaking. But the one thing that I've seen is a complete, the one unfilled gap that I've seen is that the church, by and large, is one completely ignorant that there's any persecution happening at all, let alone how severe it is. And then two, I have tried for the past year and a half, oftentimes, most of the time, with introductions to clergy members by the Indian community. They've been Jerusalem. I sat down with clergy members for coffee or lunch for an hour, 2 hours, and talked with them, educated them, and they're like, "Yeah, that's really bad." Then, now they're educated, and then they don't do jack.
What do you attribute that to? Personally,
apathy. I think also, I mean, I have to take a position on it, but like I think also the church in America on both sides is still wanting the election wars. That they think that's the most important war, the most important struggle they can fight, and they don't have their blinders on, so they're not paying attention. In fact, in other places in the world, like India right now, India was recently for the past 4 years. 5 years, it's been ranked as the 10th most dangerous country in the world for Christians. So they're not paying attention to the fact that, like, for example, in Manipur right now, there's a real flesh and blood war happening against Christians. We're here, okay, I'm persecuted because there's not prayer in schools or whatever. Okay, but in India, if you put up a cross or say Jesus Christ is my Lord and Savior, then you're at risk of being attacked, maybe killed.
I want to tell you something just because of a reference point. I want to acknowledge what you're saying as absolutely true at the cultural level. But I also I think just from a very personal perspective, what hinders me from thinking more about it, honestly, the immediate sort of knee-jerk reaction is that I don't know how personally. So this is a point of ignorance. I don't know how to evangelize, or I have very little left or make very much headway in evangelizing in the local Indian.
Yeah.
So that makes it difficult to create bonds because of the sort of pluralistic Hindu and maybe even what we see sometimes as pagan.
I'm not here to comment on that person.
I understand that. I'm just wanting to let you know, just as a point of reference. It's not to excuse it at all. It's just if I don't know a person here, it's very hard for me to think about it there when I get.
Yeah.
But you're absolutely right that there are people dying that shouldn't be dying for.
Are you, so is this true that you're on a hunger strike right now?
I have 8 6 days.
Okay. And I will pray. Can you talk about saying something about as a church in the West, just in California, what would that look like?
That needs to be a longer discussion with people that are willing to do it. My own, with my own priest out in Roseville, California.
Yeah.
Seems like we have lost Sean. So we saw that there was a pastor passing by the protest, and our human rights activist, our friend Mr. Pieter Friedrich was explaining the pastor. So what's going on in Manipur, and he explained this is not just a riot between two tribal groups. It is a structured genocide against Christians, and the Christian churches are attacked. Christian churches of not only cookies, or even other people also attacked. So he was explaining those. So we are waiting for them to join. Once we join, we will get more information from them. So it was a wonderful protest. We'd like to thank everyone who took the pain of going there on a Sunday daytime and attending this protest. And there are a lot of other demonstration and protests and prayer vigil, candle vigil are planned. So if you are watching this and if you know any information about that, please do join our Save Manipur group. And there is a bigger group for Voice for India group. And there are a lot of advocacy groups. So we have a links in the description of this live stream. So you can join that. And if you are planning to do something, please feel free to approach us. So Tamil America TV will be much happy to live stream your events, right? We are also having Manipur Burning, Voice of People. Is a program where people come and express their views about Manipur. So if you are, if you like to come and express solidarity and express your views, right, you are welcome to join. So you can write on the comment, or you can reach us through tamilamericatv.com, or you can email us via admin@tamilamericatv.com. So anybody here, who care about human lives, who care about humanity, who care about this trend of hatred, and anybody dare to say no to hatred. So we need to support this Manipur cause, and we need to support the people of Manipur, because whatever happening in Manipur can happen and to our state and our city anytime. So we need to have a new beginning to end communalism. So this movement should be a beginning for ending communalism, ending fascism, ending hatred. So we have a different association or organization across the US and across the globe doing various social action. There are virtual meetings every day, and we have a couple of our comrades, friends, fasting, doing hunger fast. Pieter Friedrich doing hunger fast on the 5th day, and we have friends like Sean, Kirti, and I guess Bhavana and others. Supporting and joining hunger fast. So they all hunger fast. They do hunger fast or hunger strike from different areas. So let us support, let us express our solidarity. And if you are watching this live event, I know it's a pretty lengthy event. Please do share this link with your friends, your groups, post on your social media, like a tweet, and share in your WhatsApp groups, and let others know that, there are concerned citizens who voice against hatred, who say no to genocide in Manipur, who stand up and speak up. And watching this live programs may inspire other people, who are kind of being silent spectators. So it inspire them. So let us do that. So the more than the bad people, we need to be worried about the good people who are silent, who don't talk, who don't open up. So these programs, need to inspire them. So please do share, and you can reach Tamil America TV anytime for your similar protest or demonstration. And please do join our Manipur Burning Voice of People program, where we are interviewing concerned citizens to come out and share their support and solidarity. தமிழ் அமெரிக்கா தொலைக்காட்சி நேயர்களே, இந்த நேரலையை இதுவரைக்கும் கண்டமைக்கு மிக்க நன்றி. இந்த நேரலையின் காணொளியை உங்கள் குழுக்களில் பகிருங்கள், உங்கள் சமூக தளங்களில் பகிருங்கள். தொடர்ந்து தமிழ் அமெரிக்கா தொலைக்காட்சியின் நிகழ்ச்சிகளை பாருங்கள். தொடர்ந்து இன்னொரு நிகழ்ச்சி நேரலையில் இணைவரை உங்களிடமிருந்து விடைபெறுவது உங்கள் ஆஸ்டின். நன்றி, வணக்கம்.